Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Today we're going to be talking about prepping for normalcy, but the way that I'm going to explain everything is I want you to imagine for a moment. One night you get ready for bed. You start locking up the house. You turn off all the lights, but you leave that one light on that's over the microwave in case you have to get up in the middle of the night. You grab a drink of water because you know that you have to take your nighttime meds. But before you go to bed, the dog starts whining because she has to go pee again. Okay, Penny, last call. You finally get to crawl into bed and you automatically get annoyed because he won't admit that he has a snoring problem. Why won't he just go see a doctor? Darn it, I forgot to brush my teeth. You dingbat. Now I have to move the cat. You finally get into bed, you get cuddled up, and you fall asleep. All of a sudden, you get jolted out of bed. It's 8 a.m., and you hear your husband of 28 years yell, "Not again, we're under attack." But this time, it's not foreign actors. It's us against us. Caca has hit the fan. Sounds far-fetched? Maybe, maybe not. You jump out of bed. You ask your husband, "What have you heard? Is it from reliable sources?" He says, "It's on every social media site. It's on every website." So I turn on YouTube and I go to the reliable, unbiased channels that I trust. Yep, it's true. So what's next? This is why we prepare, right? This is why we prep for normalcy. What is the first thing that you would have normally done on a normal, mundane day? Would you apply those same normal things to a day like this? I want you to really think long and hard about this because we have not so long ago been introduced to a new normal. And with everything that is going on in society today, with politics, the Southern Crossers, the economy, etc., 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 nothing should surprise us anymore. Would you go about your day? Would you make your morning cup of coffee to help you cope? Would you do your chores? Some of us have OCD and cleaning is a coping mechanism. Would you put tonight's dinner in the crock pot? If a civil war did break out, the supply chain would stop. If the point of sale system went down, no one would be able to purchase anything at all. And if you know anything about grocery stores, they actually only hold 3 days worth of food at any given time. Food rationing would begin, just like it did in the past. Are you ready for that? Are you prepared for normalcy? Food rationing began in May of 1942. It started with sugar, then coffee was added to the list, then meats, fats, canned fish, cheese, and then canned milk followed that. Rationing continued for nearly a decade. Technically, it ended in 1954. The UK was the last country to stop rationing food. We actually saw a form of rationing not so long ago, if you remember. Remember when we would go food shopping and there were little signs under each product stating limit of 2 per person? Don't be surprised if that happens again. So, are you going to make do with what you have and do nothing? Or are you going to fill in your gaps and prepare for normalcy? It's the only question that I have. Because now is the time. Now is the time to prepare for normalcy. As I was writing this script, if you will, for this video, there were so many scenarios running through my head. And it was very hard for me to write this because I was just having like realities flash back at me. And like in the beginning of the video when I was talking about, you go to bed, it's normal, and then 8 a.m. you get woken up, we're under attack. That actually happened. I was actually woken up at, 8 a.m. on 9/11. My husband said we're under attack. So that's why I took that scenario and I put it towards this. Because that's exactly what would happen is if something happened, doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, it doesn't matter. We have to prepare for the inevitable, for the undeniable, for our reality, for our new normal. Sure, we can stock up on all the rice, the beans, the this and that, all we want. But I don't think that people really take into consideration what they do on a normal basis. And I don't think they stock up for that. Take into consideration what you do every single morning, whether it's having that one cup of coffee. Do you smoke? Do you vape? Do you do this? Do you that? Make sure you have all the supplies that you need to have a normal, grounded life during a crisis. Because if you don't, you're going to lose it. And you don't want to lose it because you may be the voice of reason for your entire family. And you're not going to be able to be that voice of reason if you don't have those items, if you will, of normalcy. If you don't have that favorite cup of coffee or your favorite snack or whatever the case may be. These are the things that I'm talking about, prepping for normalcy. I wanted to give you a scenario, something that is realistic, because I need you to actually think. Because if you don't actually really think that there could be a possible scenario like that, then no one will ever convince you that it could actually really happen and that caca will actually hit the fan, because it's going to. We just don't know when. We really don't. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. Heck, it could be right before the kids get out of school. We don't know. It could be on the next major holiday. It could be on a holiday where they're doing fireworks and no one would be any of the wiser because all the boom, boom, boom in the sky. And oh, that's just fireworks, is it? Do you understand? So, prep for normalcy. Stay grounded, okay? I will see you in the next one. You stay positive. You keep prepping, okay? Fear less. And that's it. Ciao.